Standing on the corner of Broadway and Broadway in North Little Rock, Arkansas, right in front of the Dick. I will be walking northbound, no, southbound, into Little Rock, Arkansas. And welcome, Gabe the Gizzard, on foot in my hometown. I last walked on Broadway from Roosevelt and Broadway to the Dick right behind me. And I did that on March 22nd, the end of spring. It was a sunny day, much warmer than it is now. It is very blustery, 63 degrees, November 19th at 12:15, lunchtime, although I just had lunch. We are heading up and up. May 22nd, a lot was going on, COVID, and things had shut down and we're starting to build back up. There was still no baseball. They canceled the baseball season. There was not any baseball being played at the Dick. This, of course, is a fairly new bridge with a pedestrian walk path. It had a pedestrian walk path, but you were right by the traffic. And it was very narrow. Probably a third of what this walking path is here. Hopefully you can hear me, because there is lots in the flags blowing. Very straight. Southwest, coming in from that direction. You always, yes. So lots have changed. Traffic is out. People are still working from home. School is in session now, which is in May 27th. I did this initial video walking south to north. Appreciate the support, but I don't appreciate disfiguring and marring I think maybe busier, a little bit busier, some the same. Looking eastward, we have the Main Street Bridge, followed by the Junction Bridge, which is a former railroad bridge, turned to pedestrian, the I-30 Bridge, which is being expanded currently, then the Rock Station Bridge. It is a pedestrian bridge also going from the Clinton Library into the North Little Rock section. And then there is the Union Pacific Bridge directly over there. And take note of the architecture. I don't know who designed this bridge, but they German-esque, European-esque feel to it. The water is fairly calm even for the windy day. Just look at these suspension. That is so incredible that they have those large cables that are helping support this bridge. The old Broadway Bridge was blown up thanks to Obama, meaning he provided the funds for the old bridge to be taken down and a new one to be rebuilt. So, thanks Obama. And if you do remember, the Broadway Bridge was set for detonation. They set everything up. They set off the explosives. They blew, and the bridge still stood firm. They tried to get it to fall in, and it would not. After about a week or so of careful thinking and planning, they set more detonations and blew it up again, and it knocked a little bit in, but still did not all go in the river. So they had to tug on a little bit, and they finally got it in. But people said that they wished that they would have a relationship as strong as the Broadway Bridge. That is the truth. There's the Marriott, formerly known as the Peabody, formerly known as the Excelsior Hotel, which, if you remember, a certain someone showed a certain something to a certain someone else, and a lawsuit entailed. This is the Doubletree Hotel, an old hotel. It used to be the Camelot, and they added, you see this is a new structure here. Those are actually condos that you can purchase. This is the Robinson Auditorium. It was remodeled at the same time the Broadway Bridge was done, so they stopped traffic, and of course the bridge was gone, so they couldn't have any traffic, but they renovated this area at the time that the Broadway Bridge was getting renovated. And here on the right is City Hall. It's where Little Rock City government is located. There used to be a dome upon the top back in the day to mimic the state capitol. But after time, the dome started to fall in disrepair, so they just removed it altogether. Back when the Robinson Auditorium was before the remodel, there used to be a driveway that you pulled right up in here, and there was where people could come in and out. There was a loading dock. I saw Jerry Seinfeld there. He got out of the car. I said, "Hey, Jerry," and he turned and looked at me and said, "Hello." That was one of the greatest moments. Not in my life. It was a great moment. Not one of the greatest moments of my life. That would be an overstatement. Opening this Broadway Bridge did help out a lot with runners and cyclists, because it opened up the area to actually run, and it connected. Oh, you can see there's freaking runners everywhere. This is the Pulaski County Courthouse, directly across the street from Robinson Auditorium, with the columns, and there's a couple dancing girls there. located. And we are on the corner of Markham. The police station is right down there. We're on the corner of Broadway and Markham. And this is also a county building. Waiting for the crosswalk. And there it is. If you followed me on my first Broadway walk in May of this year, you will know that this is a little rose garden, and there was a couple getting married right there. I have video evidence, not videotape because this is digital, but video evidence of their marriage. I said, "Are y'all getting married?" And they said, "Uh-huh." This is the old courthouse. Italian Renaissance-esque type building. And then this mid-century building is the Pulaski County Administration. This is where our county assessor, treasurer, county judge, all the business for the county running through this building right there. Continuing with the walk signal, which is wonderful. You can go back, I'll put a link to the May video, and you can see, we can check together about the amount of traffic that was out here compared to 5 months, 6 months difference. It is a very nice day today. Cat corner is the gay petroleum building. No, it's not a homosexual building. Buildings cannot choose a sexual orientation, even though someone has graffitied the building with a heart and rainbow. These windows were shot out by teenagers with a BB gun. I know that because the news reported it so. The building is not being used and hasn't been used in quite a while. The last business that was in there was the Mexican nightclub. And man, it was always a happening spot. I didn't go in and see it, but I could always see the line of people waiting to get in. Here is the federal courthouse. This is where your embezzlement court dealings go through. Your everything on a federal level. Federal building and courthouse. Once again, it is a fairly blustery day. Leaves are still on these trees, but have been removed from the crepe myrtles. There. But the crepe myrtles across the street still have leaves. Weird. Somebody had a accident. Excuse me. now we wait. This is Capitol Avenue. You can barely see part of the Capitol Dome. I will pan to the west as I walk across the street, and this will show the Capitol in the far background. You can see in the center of the street there are lots of burnout marks. This is from people coming down and doing donuts late at night. There's a lot of hubbub about that, and people are upset and angry because people are coming down here and speeding through the neighborhood. But it's just something that happens. Here I am. I'm going to zigzag these trees. There's the YMCA building that has a tropical smoothie cafe. I do not know if that is open. The tropical smoothie. They actually took the YMCA logos off of that. That's pretty strange. It's an historical building. Down below in the basement, there's a swimming pool, non-active. Now it just has a few office buildings in that tropical smoothie. Waiting for the turn signal, or the walk signal. This is a relocated McDonald's. It was down here on the left. It's relocated to this because it's a little easier to get in and out of. So they say. I don't know. We have people here waiting to turn. This right here is the fast food section of Broadway. Lots of eateries, your typical ones: McDonald's, Taco Bell, Popeye's Chicken, Rally's, hamburgers, Jimmy John's, sandwiches. There's a Wendy's down here. There is not a Burger King down here. The closest Burger King is actually in North Little Rock. Not that far, but you do have to cross the river to get to the Burger King. All right, we're gonna make this walk signal just like that. This here is the McDonald's, the two-story that closed and relocated down. As you can see, this is the drive-through. Once you enter the drive-through, you were locked into this place, and you could not leave unless you hopped the curb, which I did on one occasion. I got stuck here one time for about 15 minutes while the manager was yapping at somebody outside in the drive-thru. And I pulled up and I was so angry. I was like, "What are you gonna do about this?" She said, "What do you want me to do?" I was like, "Give me some free food or something." So she gave me 2 apple pies and I threw them in the street right there, right in front of her face. I was so angry. I don't think that people should get so angry, but boy was I. Here is the corner of 8th and Broadway. This begins a one-way on the east side to 2-way traffic on the west side. I do want to do an 8th Street walk. I don't believe I've done one. I've done a 9th Street. I've done a 7th Street. I've done a 6th. I've done Capitol. I've done 10th. But I've not done an 8th. Here is a European auto repair. They do repair other than European cars. Yeah, maybe get a peek in the garage here. See what they have in. Nope, that's just the little knockoff motorcycles and 4-wheelers. mosaic Templars Cultural Center with the beautiful murals that were procured. There's one, and then the others are on the other side. This is a museum. I did a Juneteenth walk inside of there. It's free to get in. It's very cool, and I suggest that you go in and check it out. This was burned in the 2004-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish, and homeless bum went in there. You can see some of the murals. And homeless bum went in there and started a fire and burned tapestries, ancient tapestries. And they remodeled it in 2007, reopened. This is a very tricky section. This is a very busy Starbucks, and to get in and out of this is what some would call a booger bear. We're about to cross over Interstate 430. Walk behind this car, because this is where the handicap section is. We're actually not out just doing walks today. We're running errands, and we do have to stop by the FedEx store right over there, the FedEx office. It'll be a quick in and out, but we got to do it. My mouth is getting parched. All right, I've already drank 2 bottles of water. Excuse me. Pardon my manners. We must wait for this traffic signal, or not. I'll just make my way. Here is the Mount Holly Cemetery, right across the street from Sonic. Historical place with lots of governors, senators, and distinguished dignitaries. There's a blue duster in the middle of the street. It smells like the fair. Hey, Pooch! Hey! 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 People hear that and they think racing, but it's just mufflers. Here is a look of downtown. The Simmons Building, the Bank of America, Stevens, United Methodist, Episcopal churches. No, I have not forgotten about doing a church visiting video. Just haven't done it because of COVID. Dang you, COVID. You can see here is the Broadway automatic car wash. This is an old car wash. It's kind of dilapidated, and a lot of hobos kind of like just chill out over here. You can see they painted it green. It used to not be green, but that was an automatic car wash. You would pull through there and your car would be washed. I like the old vintage sign though. They left it up. It did become a drop-off center for the Boys and Girls Club. They would actually have they would take their clothes to Savers, which was a resale shop, and the Boys and Girls, Big Brothers Big Sisters, actually Big Brothers Big Sisters would get the money for the from the resale. And so the FedEx has been dropped. Now we are walking. Thanks for the souvenirs, COVID. Now it's back to Broadway, down the street. Down. I think we're gonna walk to 23rd. I started the last video in May at Roosevelt, but I think I'm only going to go to 23rd. Stop at one of my favorite local eateries, David's Family Kitchen. If you're ever in Little Rock, stop there for lunch Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 2, or on Sunday, 11 to 2. Here's the hogwash. They do detailing here. They used to be just a self-serve, but now they've expanded into a detail service. And this is directly across from Mount Holly Cemetery. Oh. That was a close one. My left shoe is squeaking. It tends to be a little annoying to me. Whoa, that would have been something if I caught that on camera. It's a close one. A really big thing on the Facebook Downtown Neighborhood Association page is how dangerous Broadway is. And they're wanting to make this a 2-lane road instead of a 4-lane road. They're going to make it a 2-lane road with turning lane in the center and bike lanes on the outer sections. They did this with Main Street. They want to do it with Broadway, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But everybody is like, this is such a dangerous road. They need to slow people down. And I'm just like, man, it's just the road that it is. And you just got to learn to drive on it. Quit being such a chicken heart. This is one of the few buttons that does work. We will change the direction of traffic and it will give me a walk signal in just a second. If you don't push the button, it will not give you a walk signal. Heading south on Broadway, crossed Daisy Bates Drive, or people from not around here call it Daisy L. Bates Drive. I have walked Daisy L. Gatson Bates Drive, or Daisy Bates Drive, from Commerce Street to Little Rock Central High, and gave a lot of history about Daisy Bates. I'm not linking to that, but you can certainly watch that video. It's easy to find. It's on my page. And now, just like that, things have quieted down. We've entered a more residential area. Once you pass Daisy Bates, you enter more of a residential area. These are homes that people live in. There are a few offices. There's apartments. Look at this sidewalk. Up and over. If I was on a bicycle, that'd be a heck of a ramp. Excuse me. Here on the corner of 16th and Broadway is the law offices of Peter Miller. He used to be on the back of every single phone book, and he finally gave that up because people basically don't have phone books. But his commercials feature this car, and the car talks to him. The mouth on the car moves. So you can see right there, the front of this car has a lot of personality, and then in the commercials, the mouth moves and talks to him. Well, gee, Peter, I didn't know I was hurt in a car wreck. Oh, I can get you lots of money. I don't, that's not really their voices, but you get the gist. Here's the Broadway Food Mart, which used to be an Easy Mart, which the best thing that ever happened was those people purchasing that store, because that Easy Mart sucked. Everything was out of date. You had to come up to a window. Like, if you wanted to just order a Pepsi, you'd have to go to the window and he would slide it through the little thing. Thank you. And it was so dumb. Like, you couldn't buy anything larger than the Pepsi, or larger than what you could shove through the little window. This is a part of a historic house tour that I did. I can't remember if it's part 1 or part 2, but I did do a walk with historic houses, and that was featured. And that's now fallen into disrepair. That lady, I don't know if I caught her. I probably didn't turn it. She's like, oh, I like your hair. She was riding a scooter and she had like pink rollers in her hair. I love it whenever I see someone with rollers in their hair. It reminds me of back in the day. The governor's mansion is 1 block this way. This is the Paris Towers, recently remodeled. It's a Little Rock Housing Authority, or used to be. I don't know if it is. It was cheap government housing that opened in the middle of the 20th century. And some would argue that opening up this government housing kind of killed 9th Street, because that is where some of the black people lived. And this is one interesting tree. One very interesting knobby and knotty tree. But it kind of seemed to, the end of 9th Street black area kind of disintegrated whenever they started opening up cheap government housing, and it kind of just killed all the businesses out there because it moved people away from their neighborhood, along with the creation of Interstate 630. But there you can see the building. Quite a huge building. The thing is like it has some great views. I mean, you get up there on the top floors, there's a lot of good views. Polk House, circa 1895. That's 125 years to you and me. Still part of the governor's mansion right down there. This is a rundown jalopy of a house. The Fee House. Somebody bought it and they let people walk through it. They say that it's haunted, and they charge people to walk through their just basically a dilapidated house while they live in the back in the little servants' quarters. Just the other day, there was a car wreck here, and then they started saying we need a light at this intersection, which, why would you need a light? There's basically very little traffic here. You just have to watch what you're doing. But somebody got hit, knocked over this sign, and ran into this driveway. Right there. And I know the people that live here, and I feel sorry for them, but I'm not quite sure if it justifies having a stoplight installed. There's some businesses there, and then into residential. Beware of dog. Never met dog, but they're telling me to beware of him. There, across the street is the Mystery Mansion, and it is I can't remember the name of the house, but Senator Joe T. Robinson lived there, and a President Roosevelt visited that house. That's on a historic walk I did, along with this house, which is Egyptian colonial, I believe is what they called that. But that is the Mystery Mansion Escape Room, located on the corner of 22nd and Broadway. It's a very cool place, and I highly suggest that you go to it. He is still out putting up the Christmas tree lights. So we are approaching the end of my walk. This is no longer Evans Motors. It is part of CM Construction and the woodworking area in there and whatnot. In the corner is Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church. That was in, I think it was in my Main Street walk from last time, back in June. Here across the street, catty corner, is World of Curls beauty place, and also used to do nails. Used to be a Dairy Queen, if you can look at it and see that from the building. And I am stopping here at David's Family Kitchen. This is my end place. This is where I say, come on in, get some lunch. This is a wonderful place. It used to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Back when Kentucky Fried Chicken had like a little pyramid on their top. It's a really great place to eat, and I highly suggest to go in there and support the David's family. This is it. Hit subscribe, hit like, rock that notification bell, and as always, thanks for tagging along. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.